talk about or go through the Walmart story? Because I thought this story was crazy.
It is crazy. So when I had my kid, I actually was able to get uh, an appointment at Walmart in Bentonville, Arkansas, where the headquarters are.
Okay.
So I flew there, had an appointment with the buyers in the optical department, and they loved it. Oh, I love it, blah, blah, blah. And I was so excited. I was like on cloud nine when I left there. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get in market, whatever. And I leave there and never hear back from them. Email them, all that, nothing. So then I got a second appointment there and I go down again. Same exact thing happens to me. I go, they love it, never hear back from them. So Walmart has this competition every year and it's called Get on the Shelf. And you put it on a 1-minute video, and it's all social media driven. So you have to get votes for your product. And the person who has the top 3 people who have the most votes win and get on the shelf at Walmart. Well, I had no idea even about social media back then. I mean, my kid was in college and I called him up and I said, hey, Mike, you got to help me. I got to get all your friends to vote for me. And he's like laughing at me and he's like, Ma, come on. He's like, you're not going to get enough votes for my friends. You got to think of something other than that, right? And I said, okay. So I ended up thinking about, how the Today Show and Good Morning America shows in New York. I ended up making a screw outfit that was Snap It. It was actually the screw, and it was like a costume, and that you couldn't see. I mean, it was a screw walking around, right? And I made these cards up that said, "Get on the shelf. Please text this number to help me win a place on the shelves at Walmart." And I would give everybody a kit who would text. I would make them do it right then and there, right? Well, I ended up getting on the Today Show and on Good Morning America, and they loved it so much. I have like Lester holding a big sign that says "Vote, Snap It, Screw, text it to this number," blah blah blah. So I ended up being one of the top 3 winners.
Wow. Out of how many?
There were 5,000
Wow.
videos. So they informed me that I have won one of the top 3. I think I was second. I think somebody beat me. I think I was the second position. And that, they said, well, now you'll get on the shelf on e-commerce. And I went, what?
I thought this was for the shelves of the actual store.
It wasn't. It was for getting on their e-commerce website to sell on their website. And I was devastated. I was like, you got to be kidding me, right?
Right.
And so just another up and down in the entrepreneurial world, you're high 1 minute and sick to your stomach the next. So I was so discouraged. I just, I cried. And but I always thought there was a reason for it, Okay. Well, about 3 weeks later, I get a call from Walmart and they're having their shareholders meeting in Bentonville. And I mean, there's a gazillion people there, like 50,000 people go to this shareholders meeting. And all the artists that sell CDs and stuff in their store, like Justin Timberlake and Mariah Carey, and all of them were there. And they ended up flying me there first class.
Really?
And putting me in a hotel with all these musicians. And it was kind of like, oh, wow, well, this is getting better, right? So they had asked us 3 people to talk because they have a thing at Walmart where they have one Saturday a month, they make their managers for all the Walmarts in the world go to this meeting, and it's virtual, or some of the people there go. And they had asked us to talk. So I go in there and the CEO of Walmart introduces us, right? And we give our little speeches and we're done speaking. And his name is Bill Simon at the time. And I see him standing alone. And I'm like, oh man, my chances now, right? So I go over to him and I said, hi, Bill. And he goes, hi. And I go, I got a question for you. And he goes, sure, Nancy, what do you need? I said, I need you to help me penetrate how to get my product on the shelves at Walmart. And he looked at me and he goes, "You're not on the shelves?" And I go, "No." He goes, "Oh my God." He goes, "I love your product." And he pulls out his wallet. He gives me his business card. He's got his email on it. And he looked at me and he said, "You email me and I promise I'll get back to you."
Wow.
And that was on a Friday. So on Saturday, I go home. Saturday night, I email him. I get an email instantaneous. I'll never forget it. Like 10 minutes later that says, "Nancy, I'm copying my senior most merchandiser on this email. He will get a hold of you." And it said, "I love your product, Bill."
Wow.
That was on Saturday. On Sunday, I get an email from the senior merchandiser that said, "Nancy, somebody will be calling you tomorrow, Monday." So the next day I get a call. It's from them damn buyers that I met with twice that had to eat crow and order 150,000 kits from me.
Hold on. So how did, I guess, what was that conversation like? Because that
Yeah,
had to be
exactly.
like, did they like apologize? Or they like, how did they try to
No, they just acted like nothing was wrong. And you know what? At that point, I didn't care. And I knew, right? They knew, I knew. I was just playing nice. But I knew it was hilarious.